We're going to have all your questions answered right now with attorneys Shannon Ort and Jody Terzich from the law offices of Terzich and Ort.
Hi, friend.
Because, hello, I really want to know, just off the bat, what would propel somebody to do that in that situation? And it happens more than you'd like.
Well, so certainly that would never be something that you'd recommend, right? The
Right.
service of pleadings, what it really means is I'm initiating a legal proceeding. And so it can be just like a delivery of a certified letter. I'm handing you some documents and it initiates the legal proceedings. But there's a way to do it that is not adversarial, that is not on stage, that is not public. You know, it's ding dong, answer the door, hand somebody some paperwork, and they can deal with that in the privacy of their own home.
Okay, so it has to be done in person though, because I mean, like I haven't had anyone give me paperwork for anything in a very long, like they email me, and you know, there's all sorts of paperwork to do. But is that the law? That's the requirement?
If you're starting a proceeding, yes, it has to be in person. There's what we call like subsequent hearings that don't have to be in person, but to give you notice that this is going forward, yes, you have to prove that the person has received it personally.
Okay, so this can happen anywhere? Like, how did this even happen? Because then Jason Sudeikis later, I think, put out a statement, or his people were like, this was not our intention, I'm sorry that this happened. But I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, same.
Well, certainly he likely should have had some say in how this went forward. It's a discussion attorneys would typically have with a client about how do we make sure that we're not going to a house 10 times and you're paying a service processor over and over to do that.
Okay.
So that we're actually serving somebody, but without having to do it in that type of way. So right there, they're likely, if there wasn't a conversation, there should have been about how to make this move forward.
So you were saying so that once the paperwork, as we saw in that clip, she reads it, she's a pro about it. That's all it is. It's just to say like, hey, this has started. It's not like, you know, she has to rush out and do anything or make.
Right, it's just starting. It doesn't mean you agree with anything that's in the paperwork. It doesn't mean that somehow, you know, somebody can come in and lock you out of your house or, right, for divorce proceedings, it's just saying, hey, we're starting this proceeding. That's all it's doing.
There was another example with Mikko Koivu, who played for the Minnesota Wild. He was served as he was exiting the ice, and the papers were dropped from the top of a tunnel below to him. I want to know then, how, in your experience, if this serving happens in like a not great way, how does that impact the rest of the case? Because I know you're always big on like, let's try to keep the emotions out of it. Let's try to like get things done. I would imagine that this just lights a fire under, of like, I am mad.
Absolutely. So things like serving people on their birthday, serving on an anniversary. So does that stuff happen? Absolutely it can, but trying to select a day that's just an every other Monday, right? Picking a day that isn't special to people, that it doesn't have that emotion. And in fact, people can decide that they're going to just agree. It doesn't have to be a surprise, right? I can let my spouse know, listen, I hired an attorney, we've drafted some paperwork. How should we get this to you? And how you start that process often determines what it feels like going forward, right? If it starts on this ugly place and people are...
Of like humiliation. I mean, that humiliated her.
Yeah, embarrassment and humiliation would not get me very far if I'm trying to negotiate the terms of however the divorce goes, whether it's custody or anything else.
Yeah, it sets the tone. It sets the tone for the divorce. And like Shannon said, it's something you want to have a conversation with your attorney about moving into it. So you're avoiding important dates. You're avoiding serving the person in front of the children, right? Like you want in front of their coworkers. Yeah. It doesn't mean that service is ineffective. I mean, that's what we learned from the Mikko Koivu case. It was still effective service, but the appellate court in Minnesota went on to say, you should never do this. We are not condoning this behavior. You should make better decisions.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them, because they need to set an example let's not start off and just embarrass people for the sake of it, especially somebody that's a prominent figure in the public, you know.
Oh, for sure. What happens if you're like, no, not accepting these? Thanks, but no thanks.
I'm just going to go ahead and...
Can you do that?
Well, so the standard's pretty low, right? They have to acknowledge that paperwork has been handed to them, but you know, I'm not taking it doesn't work, right? I'm not touching it is not it. The idea that you have noticed that somebody has given this paperwork to you is proper service, and then you have an obligation to respond. But it doesn't have to be dramatic in the ways that we've seen in these last cases.
So does it matter at all who serves who first when it comes to how the proceedings work? does anybody have an upper hand or anything
No
like
upper
that?
hand. So there doesn't necessarily have to be a competition who's serving the other person. Lots of people feel like it matters to them for their own personal reasons, but the court isn't going to give anybody an upper hand depending on who served who.
This is very good advice. Thank you so much for sharing. And
Yeah.
if you do get served, you should contact an attorney so that you know what you need to do after that. You can't just be like, don't touch it and ignore it.
Definitely do
I'm
not
gonna go ahead and
ignore
light this
I
on
will not
fire.
touch it. I'm not going to touch it. Okay. Thank you so much, ladies. So if you need any kind of advice when it comes to divorce or guidance, Jody and Shannon are here to help you. You can schedule a consultation with them. Just give them a call. We have the number there, 763-391-7354. We've got that linked up on our website.